Soon, Mr. Huang said even within the Northern Heavenly Sect, not many know about this mountain. This is the Jekam Mountains, but it's most commonly known as the Eerie Mountains. It's a place that's not fit for living. Do you really plan to stay here, young master? Mu One replied, yes, it's fine. From now on I will only be training in martial arts. This will be the perfect place for me to completely immerse myself in my training. I am now considered dead to the world. People will have doubts at first, but that will all soon disappear, and that's because the people of this world are cruel and heartless. Mr. Huang said, young master, I shall bring food and supplies for you every 4 months. Mu One said, I am sincerely thankful for what you do for me. Because of me you've suffered so much. Mr. Huang replied, please don't say such things. This is my sacred duty which I must fulfill. Mu One said, then please forgive me for saying this, as I know this is selfish of me, but I will continue to be in your care. Then my journey to the top shall begin at this place. White Dragon Merchant Troop, one of the 10 great merchant groups in the nation. The strength of their wealth is able to make even the imperial family heed their demands. They have numerous branches spread all throughout the mainlands, and as such holds tremendous amounts of influence over the nation. Even though each branch is large enough to operate on their own, if they had a place they needed to call as their main headquarters, it would have to be in Nanyo. There they have total control over the city. Within Nanyo, everyone knew who the White Dragon Merchant Troop were, and it was almost impossible for the White Dragon Merchant Troop to find anyone who had no connections to them. The woman who founded the White Dragon Merchant Troop is the retired former leader, Tay Tay. However, for the first time in years, she made an appearance at the summit meeting. This girl is White Dragon Merchant Troop youngest daughter Seo Yin. She thought ever since he was young, he's done everything he could to help my mother build this troop from the ground. He's someone who cares more about the White Dragon Merchant Troop than anyone else, and that person is my eldest brother, the person whom my mother entrusted the White Dragon Merchant Troop to. Eldest son Hum Young. It's been a while since the last time my mother made an appearance at a summit meeting. This is pretty unusual of her. Something must have happened. Tay said, so the situation in Unnam is not looking good, correct? Seo Yin wonders. It's about Unnam? 7 years ago, when everyone wanted to withdraw from Unnam, since it was too far of a location to manage properly, the person who put everything on the line, in order to establish a foundation in Unnam, was none other than elder brother, Jam Young. Jam Young said, if there is an issue there, then I shall be the one to go. Hum Young said, no, we cannot allow that, mother. If Jam Young leaves his position here to go over to Unnam, then we will inevitably suffer some losses here. I believe it's best that we send someone else over to Unnam. Jam Young said, eldest brother, Unnam is the place that I established. There won't be anyone else who knows more about there than me. You must send me over there. Hum Young thought, it's not like I don't understand how you feel. I also know that you are the most qualified to go there. However, we have no idea how difficult the situation over there is, nor do we know what kind of dangers awaits us there. I cannot risk sending my own blood relative to a place such as that. But since our mother is here to make sure we make an unbiased decision, I must refrain from saying such things. Tay said, Jam Young, do you really wish to go? Jam Young said, I plan to take the deputy guards. If I take the deputy general, Jil and his men, then I am sure we can avoid any difficulties that we may face. Tay said, then it should not make a difference if you take one more person with you. Take bodyguard Huang with you. He is a trustworthy person. In case of emergencies you can use him to contact us. Please take care of yourself. The situation in Unnam is not an easy matter. Soon, Tay asked, are you worried about him? Hum Young replied, yes I am, but not only that, I am more worried about the fact that we have no reliable information on what the situation is like Unnam right now. Tay replied, I feel the same as you. However, just because it's dangerous does not mean the main family should not get involved. If the main family loses their spine, then nobody will respect the White Dragon Merchant Troop. During times like this, it is the duty of the main family to take the initiative and set an example for others. Hum Young said, I understand, mother. Afterward, Hum Young thought, bodyguard Huang, he's not talented in martial arts, nor does he particularly stand out from others. I am not entirely sure what he did to gain such trust and favor from mother. Mr. Huang told to put more strength. You little brat, stop being so stiff. Hum Young told Mr. Huang that madam looking for him. Tay told Mr. Huang, my third son wishes to head over to Unnam. Since it's the place he established himself, he feels it's his responsibility to settle the current situation over there. That is why I want bodyguard Huang to go along with him. 7 years ago my eldest son Hum Young was able to escape an extremely dangerous situation. Then 5 years ago I was put into a critical condition but miraculously survived. Looking back on it now, the person who allowed us to safely get through those times were when bodyguard Huang was with us. I believe you have been blessed with great fortune, and have the power to allow people to escape from dangerous situations. I am a firm believer that having good luck is a God-given talent, so please can I entrust Jamyang to you, bodyguard Huang. Soon, Mr. Huang said, since we are leaving in half a month, I better hurry. Anyhow, that little brat Moon Young might follow us during the procession march, and end up getting stabbed by a sword and die. I better train him extra hard so that does not happen. Mr. Huang said, due to the heavy presence of bandits in this area, I've heard that the Imperial Army have started to manage this location, but surprisingly enough, no matter how many times I went through this area in the past, I have never encountered a single bandit. I really must have good luck. No wonder Madame No is sending me with her third son. Mr. Huang thought you've already spent 7 years here, young master. It has not been a year since I last saw the young master, but he already feels like a brand new person. Even if I Huang Chul died today, I won't have any regrets. Mu One said, it must have been a difficult journey coming here during this time of the year. I'm always thankful for what you do for me. It's cold out here. Let's head inside. Mr. Huang said, you've changed since I last saw you. Mu One replied, I am still lacking quite a bit. I will need to be even more diligent in my training. Anyhow, you came a lot earlier than I expected. Mr. Huang said, I came a bit earlier than usual, since I am getting sent over to Annam on a short notice. Mu One asked, did something bad happen? Mr. Huang replied, I doubt it's dangerous. Besides, if something bad happen, I am more than capable of protecting my own body, so there is no need for you to worry. In any case, what is that blade over there? Mu One said that it's a blade that I forged using the meteorite you gave me a while back. As I expected, that rock was not normal. It took me several years just to tame it. Mr. Huang said that blade, it's giving off quite a sinister vibe. Mu One said, we can talk about that blade later. What's happening in the world right now? Mr. Huang said, after incident 7 years ago, the politics of this world started to shake. The 4 pillars of the northern heavens have become a huge presence to the world, and the Central Heavenly Alliance is trying their best to keep them in check. If they are fighting internally, then that means the Silent Knight still has not made a reappearance. They are still nowhere to be found. Because of this, even the Central Heavenly Alliance is quite perplexed and seems unsettled. Soon, Mr. Huang told Mu One, until the world witnesses the glory of the Northern Heavenly Sect once more, this Huang Chul will never get sick nor fall. I shall come back within 3 months during the spring. Please stay healthy until then. Mu One thanked Mr. Huang and wonders, Ha Soul, where are you now? 3 months have passed. Mr. Huang stated he would come during the spring, yet 2 months passed since then and we are well into summer. He still has not come back. Forgive me, Mr. Huang, I was being too complacent. He's someone who will never break a promise. Mr. Huang, I am positive now something must have happened to him. Mu One destroyed the whole mountain and thought there is no need for me to wait any longer. I must go and find him myself. Location: Nanyo, Orchid District. The staff, seeing Mu One gave so huge amount of gold coins, excited welcome him and said this room is the one that made even the noble families and the White Dragon merchant troop covet with desire. It comes with a nice bathtub for you to use as well. Mu One thought, I've spent too long in seclusion. My memories of the geographical locations have gotten foggy. I am honestly amazed that I even made it over to Nanyo. It took 10 days to get here. It was not an easy task. It was my mistake. I was far too complacent. It's not just anyone. It's Mr. Huang, and he is the only person who has been with me the longest. All I know is that he worked as a bodyguard at the White Dragon merchant troop. I really don't know much of this world. I would be making excuses if I said that I was too focused on learning martial arts that I was not able to come find him sooner. Forgive me. I hope you are still alive. Soon, Mu One went to White Dragon merchant troop. He told the guard, my name is Jin. I am here to find a boy named Guok Moon Young. The guard asked, how do you know him? Mu One replied, I don't know him personally, but my uncle told me that he was close with him. The guard asked, your uncle? Mu One said his name is Huang Chul and he works as a bodyguard here. The guard said, are you that nephew of our brother Huang? I've heard a lot about you. Brother Huang loved bragging about his nephew. If that's the case, I assume you are here because you want to know the whereabouts of him. It's already been 6 months since we last heard of him. Come with me, I will take you to where Moon Young is. Brother Huang took good care of our Moon Young. Since Moon Young never had any talent in the sword, he's just doing a bunch of odd jobs around here nowadays. Soon, the guard leader said, bodyguard Huang's nephew? My name is Gong Jin Sung, I am the captain of the bodyguards here. Mu One said, I go by Jin. Jin Sung said he should be back anytime in any case. Are you here because you want to know where bodyguard Huang is? Mu Won replied, that's correct. Do you perhaps know anything? Jin Sung said, well, there was an issue in Unnam and the deputy guards and the third master went over there. I heard that Madame No put in a special request for bodyguard Huang to go along with them as well. Mu Won said, why did Madame No do such a thing? What purpose did she have, sending my uncle into a dangerous mission like that? Not to mention he went missing. Why is not she assembling a rescue party for him? Jin Sung said, that is quite rude of you. Madame No is not a heartless person. Also, bodyguard Huang was not the only one who went missing. The third master and the deputy guards all disappeared as well. This is all a big issue within the White Dragon merchant troupe. That's why Madame No has been recruiting a lot of skilled mercenaries. She's planning to dispatch them soon to Unnam. Up until now, the White Dragon merchant troupe has been operating on their own and have not been receiving any form of assistance from the Broken Fist troupe, who are the most influential group in Unnam. With this incident, I heard that we asked for their help and cooperation, and that's the extent of everything that I know regarding this incident. Oh, right, we apparently tried to use quite a few supplies and items to bribe them for their help. Anyhow, you just need to know that Madame No is also desperate and is doing her best to figure this situation out. There's Moon Young. I will leave you two to talk. I will need to go and check up on Madame No. Mu Won said, would it be possible if I can also join the people heading to Unnam? I am willing to work any jobs, as long as I get to Unnam. Jin Sung said, you at least look like you know how to wield a blade. I will put in a word for you then. Moon Young then asked Mu Won, what did you need me for? Jin Sung thought, every year, numerous talents flood into the world of Murim. The people in Murim will then select individuals whose talents soar as high as the sky, and elect them into the 7 positions known as the 7 lower skies. And the man who is right before my eyes was not able to get elected into the 7 lower skies. However, his ability to think and analyze was unrivaled within the whole nation. What an amazing talent he possesses. Unending wit, Mu Huan of wise judgment. And then there is her, the woman who is able to single-handedly decimate several dozens of powerful men. Unnatural strength, Chai Yak Ran. There is a martial sect that is made up of only a dozen wandering mercenaries, as they centered themselves around a martial master named Yongmu. With the right price, these guys are willing to get any job done no matter how difficult it may be. They are known as the Iron Brigade, and the two that are here today are the vice leaders. What tremendous aura they have. Tremendous indeed. Mu Huan said, that completes our contract. We have successfully received the White Dragon merchant troops' request. We shall depart for Unnam first thing tomorrow. Tay said, thank you. Mu Huan said, you can thank us again after we've saved Master Yun. Tay asked, will it just be the two of you going there? Mu Huan said, of course not. Not only will it be me and vice leader, but we will also be accompanied by the Hunter of the Dying Breath, Arrow of the Setting Sun, and the Swordsman of the 7 Ways. It will be the 5 of us that will depart tomorrow. As for the rest of our Iron Brigade, they have followed our sect leader and are currently on a different mission. We plan to reunite with them in Sachan on our way over to Unnam. So there is nothing for you to worry about. Tay said, if that's the case, I feel slightly less concerned now. Soon, Jin Sung said, Madame No and family leader Yun, the nephew of bodyguard Huang, has come here. He's requested that you allow him to go with them to Unnam. Tay replied, I don't see an issue with that. Just let him do as he pleases. Next day, Hum Young asked Seo Yin, why the hell are you going to Unnam? Seo Yin said, it's no use stopping me now. I've already made up my mind. I have studied martial arts at the Gongdong Monastery. I am more than capable of protecting my own body. Hum Young asked, why do you insist on putting yourself in danger? Seo Yin replied, because he's family. Soon, Mu Won wonders, I have a feeling nothing will go according to our plan. Moon Young asked, did you sleep well? Senior brother, I was pretty anxious that I was not able to sleep. Moon Young thought they said he was Mr. Huang's nephew, right? He's a lot different from him. He's calmer and more reserved. Moon Young said, this is my first time experiencing a large march. My father was a bodyguard as well, and he passed away a couple years ago during one of his duties like this. That's why I am more nervous than usual. Mr. Huang said that I would be the first to die when something went wrong, so he personally taught me some cultivation techniques, but he also nagged at me quite a bit, and told me to not slack off during my training. Mu Won replied, Mr. Huang did? What was the cultivation technique that Mr. Huang taught you? Moon Young said it was the 3 foundational cultivation technique. The key aspect of this cultivation technique is that if I'm patient and stick with it till the end, it will help guide me onto the path of becoming a martial master. Even though everyone says that I am talentless and that I should stop learning martial arts, Mr. Huang was the only one who understood my feelings and took extra care of me. I hope he is safe. Mu Won told him if something were to happen, make sure to stay by my side. Moon Young thought this senior brother, although he's holding a blade, is he actually a strong and dependable person? I mean, if something were to happen, would not it be safer to stick with the Iron Brigade? Mu Won thought, how should I live my life from now on? I've been living my life solely dedicated towards honing my martial arts, and now the only thing I want to do is to find Mr. Huang and Ha Sol as well. But what should I do after I find them? The Northern Heavenly Sect exacting revenge on the Central Heavenly Alliance, is that truly the right path for me to take? Or would it be better if I just continued to live the rest of my life as a non-existent being of this world? I am sure my father would want me to abandon any sense of resentment which I may hold and live a proper life, free from all worries. However, will I really be able to do that, when the blood of my heart boils with rage? Father, I really don't know what I should do. Soon, someone said, we will cross the river to Anma in about 4 hours. Until then we will split into 2 groups and take turns resting. The staff asked Mu Won, what can I get you today? Mu Won replied, just something simple and filling would be nice. Mu Won noticed Moon Young's reaction and said, are you interested in her? Soon, the staff said, the food has been served. My name is So Ryung. What is your name, older brother? Moon Young then introduced himself. So Ryung said, so older brother is a bodyguard as well. That's so cool. If I need someone to protect me later, can I come get you from the White Dragon Merchant Troop? Afterward, Mu Huan said, looks like they are ascetics from the Gongdong Monastery. And that boy right there, he's probably someone with a high status. That's because their monastery usually does not send young disciples to the outside world. The only times that's an exception are if they attained a high mastery in their martial arts, or if they are at least a first-generation disciple. Mu Won asked, are you jealous of him? Moon Young replied, nope. I am satisfied being a bodyguard. My father once said, although we are being paid to do our jobs, our duty is to protect the lives of our owners as well as their precious belongings. Because of this, people have tremendous faith in our abilities and can't help but rely on us, since our lives are built on living an honest and humble life. I believe there is no other job more magnificent than this. Suddenly, the ascetics earlier yell, get your ass out here. Where is the cook? Are you ignoring my words? The chef came out and said, senior brother? The ascetics throw the food on the chef's face and said, so it was you, Tai Pyong. While eating your food, the future heir of the Gongdong Monastery, our prodigy Sol Gung, got a broken tooth. Is this your way of taking revenge on the great family of the Gongdong Monastery? The chef said, senior brother, why are you still like this? I am no longer affiliated with the Gongdong Monastery. Senior brother, are you perhaps still holding a grudge from that day? 5 years ago, there was a martial competition that was held every 3 years. Taepyeong said that was a good match. I Mu-hei knew that as long as you existed in the Gongdong Monastery, the glorious title known as the highest peak of Gongdong could never be attained. With you I was fated to always be second. That humiliating defeat, I could never forget it. Then a few months later, you were embroiled in some scandal, and as a result, your meridians were forcefully destroyed and you were casted out of the Gongdong Monastery. Mu-hei wonders, however, that humiliating defeat I suffered from you that day, it continues to burn with rage within my heart. Taepyeong said, the only thing that affected you that day was your pride, but for me, I was wrongfully framed and eventually lost the ability to practice my martial arts. So despite all of that, do you truly need to treat me this way? Let me ask once more, did you really break your tooth from eating my food? Sol Gung said, then are you saying I am lying to you? Back to earlier, Sol Gung told Mu-hei a few days ago while I was training I tripped over some roots and ended up breaking it. Taepyeong said, the future of the Gongdong Monastery is looking quite bleak. Not even a remnant of Master Tai's teachings and belief are left behind. The fact that you would resort to lies. After listening what he said, Mu-hei immediately launched a palm attack. So Ryung cried and said, what you are claiming is false. I was the one who prepared all of the ingredients. That's how I know it was impossible for a rock to be in there. Mu-hei said, how dare raise your hand against my sacred body and hit on her. Vice Captain Chai was mad, but Mu Huan told her, calm down. The Gongdong Monastery is one of the great fami of the 9 great sects. If we become enemies with them, then the Iron Brigade will be put into a difficult situation. Moon Young stepped in. Mu-hei asked, who are you? Moon Young replied, a bodyguard. Mu-hei said, a bodyguard? Are you from the White Dragon Merchant Troop? Then are you unaware of the relationship with which we share with the White Dragon Merchant Troop? Moon Young said, will you please bestow your grace and just this once, look past this incident? Mu-hei laughed and said, what a chivalrous boy you are. Hey kiddo, if you phrase it like that, Then you are making it sound like we are the bad guys here. How dare a lowly bodyguard, who receives money to exercise their martial arts, dare stand before the ascetic of the Gongdong Monastery? Moon Young replied, the duties of a bodyguard is more than just that, it's an honorable job that holds significant value. Mu Hei said, you insolent bastard, not only did you stand before me, but you also dare to lecture me? No, you place, I shall show you mercy by taking only one of your arms. While Mu Wan stand up, Mu Huan told him, please don't be foolish, just hold your anger and look away. That boy chose to step in when he knew he should not have. He will unfortunately be punished for his ignorance, and there is nothing we can do to stop it. At very least, he won't lose his life. He should be lucky that only his body and his pride are the only things that gets named from this situation. Mu Wan said he should be lucky that only his body gets maimed. The moment a martial artist loses his arm, it signals the end of his life. Pride? Even dogs have that shit. However, true pride is enduring the hardships of being utterly alone as you do everything you can to fight for your beliefs. That is something that you will never understand. Mu Huan said, why are you only looking at the tree and not the forest itself? Do you truly plan to become an enemy of the Gongdong Monastery with an idiotic belief such as that? Mu Wan said, is not that fine? Should not the world have at least one idiot like that? Mu Wan blocked the sword. Mu Hei thought, bare-handed sword block? How dare he block an esteemed martial master's blade with just his fingers? Where did he come from? Who is this bastard? He's not even trembling or flinching at all. Mu Hei asked, who are you? How dare you get in my way? Are you also unaware of who I am? Mu Wan said, you can consider me as an older brother of this boy. Why don't you just stop here for today? Mu Hei said, those are not the eyes of someone asking for a favor, and cast palm of the rising clouds. Again Mu Wan simply blocked it and said, the duty of a boy is to simply enjoy his life. The duty of a parent is to raise their child. The duty of a merchant is to make profits. The duty of an ascetic is to become pure by purging their worldly desires. Everyone has duties which they must uphold. However, it seems you are unable to do something as basic as that. You are a disgrace to all the other ascetics. Mu Wan broke his sword. Then another two ascetics attacked towards together. Mu Wan told Moon Young, take that girl and her father out of here. Hurry. Mu Wan easily handle both of them. Mu Hei throwed the sword and said, I will fucking kill you. Mu Wan continue punch on him and broke the hand Sol Gung who tried to bastard Mu Wan. Mu Huan thought, this is bad. The members of the Iron Brigade are currently here. If we get involved, then the Iron Brigade will no doubt have to face consequences. The people of the Gongdong Monastery are ones to hold a grudge. We can no longer look past this incident. But if we were to interfere, we will most definitely become an enemy to the Gongdong Monastery. What a fine mess we are in. Soon, Mu Hei said, you dare injure the ascetics of the Gongdong Monastery. Do you think you will be safe after all this? Mu Wan said, you are making a threat, but how will you accomplish it? Mu Hei said, the entire Gongdong Monastery shall move. That's the power of the Gongdong Monastery. Mu Wan said, is that so? Mu Hei yelled, that's right. Without knowing that, you dare to attack us? Just what kind of a thick-headed idiot are? Mu Wan told him, if that's the case, the Gongdong Monastery of the Nine Great Shit or whatever, I just need to get rid of them. Mu Hei said, you dare to threaten us? Mu Wan replied, why not? Am I not allowed to? Suddenly, Seo Yin opened up the door and said, I heard that you were here. Senior brother Mu Hei, how have you been? She asked Mu Wan, what the hell were you doing? Because of you, the relationship between the Gongdong Monastery and the White Dragon Merchant Troupe have deteriorated. Why did you attack the Gongdong Monastery and the White Dragon Merchant Troupe share a close bond with each other? What were you thinking? You should have already been thankful that we even allowed you to come with us to Unnam. Mu Wan said, I apologize for my actions. However, should not your first priority be finding out the exact details of this situation as well as checking to see if the people involved are safe? Although he's young, he's still a bodyguard for the White Dragon Merchant Troupe. Because of that, you have a duty to look after people like him. Not to mention the young girl at the tavern almost lost her life. This boy tried to prevent that and almost lost an arm. Just because the Gongdong Monastery is held in high regard, does not mean their actions should be justified. I am also aware that Lady Yun is a disciple of the Gongdong Monastery. However, you should realize the position you are in. You are not here as a disciple of the Gongdong Monastery. You are here as the leader of the White Dragon Merchant Troupe and the person in charge of this journey. That is why I believe it will be wise if you first listen to your people, before you make any kind of a decision. Seo Yin said, that was my mistake. Forgive me. However, the fact that you put them into that state is not a small issue. Mu Wan said, I will take full responsibility for this situation if I was not prepared to do that. I would not have interfered in the first place. Nothing stays forever in this world. Although the great Gongdong Monastery holds a strong foundation, they will not exist forever. As stated, I will take responsibility for this situation if that does not satisfy you. Then Moon Young and I shall leave the White Dragon Merchant Troupe and operate on our own. We thank you for everything that you have done for us. Jin Sung said, hey, now let's settle down. This is not an issue where it can simply be decided like that. Let's first get some sleep and try to come with a solution tomorrow. Seo Yin said, fine, we will do as you say. Jin Sung said, as for you, young man, what are your plans for now? As stated by the young miss, this is not a small issue. Mu Won said, I shall be waiting for them soon. Moon Young said, I am sorry because of me. Mu Won said, don't worry, it seems we will have to spend the night out here. Can you gather some materials that we can use for our bedding? Moon Hwan said, it's my turn to talk to you. Mu Won said, Soap, let me take a break. I am tired from all the talking I've had to do. Moon Hwan said, but I still have not had the chance to explain everything to you. Please just give me a moment. If you acted in a cooperative manner, then the present situation would have been more favorable than the one we are in right now. Mu Wen asked, do you always calculate all of your actions? Mu Hwan said, of course, that's the only way you can survive in this treacherous world of Murim. You need to move based on your strengths and weaknesses. Mu Won replied, I see, don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. The people of this world generally think like that. But I believe there are times when you should listen to your heart more than the mind. Today was an example of that for me. Everyone believes that compassion and kindness has disappeared from this world. And that's because the people with power will continue to take away things from the weak, and the weak will have nowhere to cry nor complain to. In a world as cruel as this, if the people who have learned martial arts also start to abuse their power, then what's the point in being a martial artist? Mu Huan thought, this man, he's dangerous. He's extremely dangerous. His beliefs will become a great threat to the entire world of Murim. Mu Huan said, a single person cannot change the whole world. The world is not as forgiving nor easy as you think. Mu Won replied, is that so? But you see, even a single candle has the ability to illuminate the darkness. So at the very least, I can become the light that guides the people who can, and that is the reason why I've learned martial arts and why I must continue to take this path. Soon, Mu Young said, this is all my fault. If only I did not step in. Mu Won said, your mistake was not taking your weakness into consideration. Anyone can get into trouble. What's important is how well you can clean up the situation you are in. I am sure you are aware of it already, but the world of Murim is a cold and unforgiving place. You just need to get stronger. But on the bright side, you were able to save the lives of 2 peoples. You should be proud that you even had the courage to stand up against them. You did the right thing. Mu Young said, thank you, I will make sure to keep what you said in mind. Can I ask you something? What kind of training do I need to do to become as strong as you, and be able to break a blade with just my fingers? Mu Won said, you are referring to the shattering finger technique. Well, I've learned how to blacksmith ever since I was young. Because of that, I learned how to forge swords. Mu Young replied, really? Then that blade you are holding, did you make that as well? Mu Won said, yeah. Then one day, after spending countless hours forging swords, I was able to see the faults within a sword. Although that won't be the case with fine blades forged by master blacksmiths. Mu Won thought, Mr. Huang, the rock you give me, just what kind of rock is it? It's been 2 years and it still won't listen to me. Just when will you accept me, you persistent bastard? Please let me succeed this time. Did it work? Have the last 2 years of my labor finally paid off? No, wait, the edge is still dull. No matter how many times I try to sharpen it, only my whetstone is being grinded away. So you plan to stay stubborn till the end. I see how it is. You want to see which one of us will last the longest. I've decided I shall name you Snowflower. The blade I forged was not a divine blade or a demonic blade, was a bewitched blade. Afterward, Vice Captain Chai passed some foods to Mu Won. While they are enjoying food, Mu Won noticed something and told Moon Young, head back to the Southern Sea Tavern. Hurry. Gongdong Monastery's eldest brother Mu Guang asked, where are you from? Mu Won replied, I am just a swordsman from the north. Mu Guang said, quite the arrogance you have. I heard that you persecuted the disciples of the Gongdong Monastery. Is that the truth? Mu Won said, I was not persecuting anyone. However, you brothers were. It seems you are the one who still has not heard the truth. Mu Huan said, please don't listen to his words. Eldest brother, he's a crafty bastard. Mu Guang said, arrogant swordsman of the north, you dare lie to me and taint the honor of the Gongdong Monastery. Not only that, but you dare disgrace the names of our ascetics and destroy the sacred blades of the Gongdong Monastery? For putting my brothers in this state, I shall punish you accordingly. Mu Won said, if you were already planning to do so, When what's with the talk? Let's hurry and begin.